Conspiracy theories dressed up as fact. Prince William's allies have spoken out against Omid Scobie's new book, and they are pulling no punches in their rebuttal. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the King YouTube channel. We already know that Prince William himself is never going to speak out against the new book of lies that's being released by Scooby-Doo, but at least he has friends who are willing to stand up in his defense. According to New York Breaking News, friends of the Prince of Wales last night made outrageous suggestions he had told his own brother following the latest series of claims from the writer dubbed Meghan's mouthpiece. They write supporters jumped to the future king's defense and expressed their anger and frustration that Omid Scobie was selling what they described as conspiracy theories dressed up as fact ahead of the publication of his new book tomorrow. One of the claims that has bothered them the most is Scooby's suggestion that William prioritized his loyalty to the monarchy over Harry, and also that he actively leaked negative information about Harry and Meghan in an attempt to undermine them. Kensington Palace, of course, will never comment on this stupid book. And that's the right move. If they were to comment on the book, it would only lend credence to Scooby-Doo's claims. But friends who are close to William are understandably upset by what the book contains, and they don't have to worry about protecting their image as future king. They can say whatever they want to say. One of these friends told the Mail that Scooby-Doo's portrayal of William was the exact opposite of William's personal mantra. They said he has always remained tight-lipped when it came to his family and has made it clear to everyone close to him that he would not make deals with the media. Which goes along with what we have seen from William. William is not going to sell out his brother to the media. That's Harry's job. Harry's the one who sells out William. So it really is absurd that Harry and Meghan are now claiming through their mouthpiece, this is not the first time we have heard this claim actually, we heard it before, that William and King Charles and especially Queen Camilla were sharing all kinds of negative stories about Meghan and Harry to the media in an attempt to make them look bad. The first problem with that claim is the royal family doesn't have to do anything to try to make Harry and Meghan look bad. They do a fine job of that all on their own. In Scooby-Doo's book, he also portrays Charles as this pampered king who can't do a thing for himself. So in response to an accusation that the king has gone out of touch and demanded his shoelaces be ironed, a source says that was total bullshit when it first surfaced 20 years ago, and it remains so now still. If you ask me, it's petty claims like that take away all the credibility from Scooby-Doo's book. If he could have kept it a little more mature, if he could have actually criticized the royal family for real things instead of this petty nonsense, maybe people would have been interested in what he had to say. Maybe some people would have believed his words. But with stuff like that, come on, it's just absurd. The friend also said about William, like Harry, he is scarred by the experiences of his childhood, seeing his father and mother engaged in what was called the War of the Waleses. He never wanted history to repeat itself. It is true that Harry and William's parents, Diana and Charles, were engaged in a nasty media war. I'm sure for William that makes Harry's betrayal all the more painful. He should know better. He knows how hard it is on the family when one family member goes rogue with the media and starts telling all sorts of vicious lies. He should know better, but apparently he doesn't. The source close to William went on to say that was something he and Harry had to agree on, end quote. And it's such a shame that Harry has gone back on that agreement if you ask me, and I'm sure that is what has made William so incredibly upset with his brother, furious even. How could he ever trust him again after this kind of betrayal? The truth is he cannot. And honestly, I think when he looks at his brother now, he doesn't even know who he sees. Since he got together with Meghan Markle, and look, I'm not saying it's her fault completely, but since he got together with her, he has changed completely. He's not the brother William once knew. They used to be thick as thieves. They used to be there for each other. They were so supportive of one another. And just look at what has happened. Another friend of William said, it's one thing to write criticism of the royal family. That is freedom of expression. But it's another thing to spread conspiracy theories dressed up as fact. The suggestion that royal aides told negative stories about Harry and Meghan is completely fabricated. It just didn't happen. The truth is, everyone was walking on eggshells pretty much from the engagement on, trying to keep them happy. This account from William's friend also fits very well with what we know to be true about that time. The royal family did everything they could to make Meghan feel welcome. They even invited her to join them for Christmas in Sandringham before she was even married into the family. And that was a special exception made for Meghan and Meghan alone. In the past, girlfriends had never been allowed to join the family for Christmas. They always had to be officially married first. So what a slap in the face to the family for Meghan and Harry now to turn around and claim that they were so cruel and cold towards Meghan. It was the exact opposite. Scabies has also tried to portray William as this angry, vicious, hot-headed man, power-hungry with a really scary temper, who is more than willing to allow the palace to use dirty tricks to get him whatever he wants. But according to people who actually know William personally, it couldn't be further from the truth. I mean, William maybe has the famous Windsor temper sometimes, but the fact is, he's a pretty nice guy. And honestly, I believe William's friends in this. You can see his smile is genuine. When you see him doing work, you see him with other people, with commoners. He's always got that handsome smile on his face. He looks easy to get along with. He looks like he's a likable person. The way Scabies portrays Catherine is also just incredibly offensive. He makes Catherine seem like an underachiever, like she's lazy and she just goes along with whatever they tell her to. She's basically a blank slate. It's such a horrible thing to say about a woman who has tried so hard to learn how to do her job well. And Scooby-Doo is using that against her. He's using that to try to make her look bad. It makes no sense to me. He's trying to make it seem like a bad thing that Catherine does listen to advice from people who know more than she does. He's trying to make it seem like a bad thing that Catherine wants to be a good Princess of Wales, and later on she wants to be a wonderful queen. It's funny to me in the same way that it's funny that he's calling William a company man. I mean, yeah, William is a company man, come on. He was born a prince, and someday he is going to be king. How could he not be a company man? What, he's supposed to be like Harry and just give the whole family the middle finger and run off to America? Why would he want to do a thing like that? When discussing the way Scabies portrays Catherine in the book, the source said that will really turn William on. He is extremely proud of what his wife has achieved. The princess is the driving force behind much of their work, especially when it comes to improving mental health. Of course William is proud of the work Catherine has done. She is an incredibly hard worker. Just look at everything she has done with her early years foundation. And yeah, all the work that she has done for mental health too. I mean, to claim that Catherine is work shy or lazy, well, that's just a rumor that was started many years ago and was quickly debunked. I can only think of one reason that Scabies is including that rumor now. It's because he has nothing else to say about Catherine that's going to make her look bad. I mean, to be fair, there isn't anything to say about Catherine that's going to make her look bad. She is a wonderful example of a human being. She is smart as a whip, she's gorgeous, she's hardworking, she's athletic. She's also incredibly kind, and she's an amazing wife and mother. Honestly, I can't help but wonder if this is going to be a repeat of what we saw last time. Meghan and Harry are going to deny that they had anything to do with this book, and then eventually they're going to have to admit that yes, they were the royal insider Scabies spoke to. Because who else could it be? All of this sounds like it came directly from Meghan Markle's mouth. Did Harry help Scabies as well? I mean, probably. Some of the stuff sounds like it probably came from William, some of the stuff about his brother especially, and his father. The whole thing, though, is just such a slap in the face to the royal family, and so pathetic of Meghan and Harry. The book's coming out tomorrow, and I don't know why they thought this was going to be a good idea, but if they thought their reputations were in the toilet now, boy, Meghan and Harry haven't seen anything yet. And you, what do you think about this news? Please let me know your opinion below in the comments section. If you enjoyed this video, please do like and share it with anybody else who would appreciate it too. And don't be afraid to click the subscribe button to get more updates in the future. Thank you so much for tuning in, have a lovely weekend, and we'll be back to see you all tomorrow.